Today, my topic for presentation is the risk assessment of the high-profile patients' information transfer in between clinics or hospitals. So the agenda for today is first we will describe our scenario for today's presentation and also what are the potential threats and vulnerabilities from the data transfer. And then we will go into what is the minimum data requirements and consent for the data transfer. And also we will have a few proposals for the data access and transfer method. And at the end, we will provide a step-by-step incident response plan for if there's a data leak of the patient information has been leaked. So our scenario for today's analysis is that we have a healthcare clinic and receive an emergency visit from celebrities. Due to the complexity of his condition, we will require a transfer to another medical center. And we have to ensuring there certain required data can be securely transferred to another facility and also to ensure the security and privacy of our patients during this process. So in this process, we have identified two major concerns about this data transfer. The first one is about inappropriate release of information from individual organizations. So this could coming from internal or external agents that seek to violate directly the security and confidentiality policies. For example, internally we might have employees that may intentionally leak information to the press because of the patient is celebrities and it has very high focus point from the outsiders. And also external agents could also have intentionally trying to get those informations during the process of the data transfer. Another concern is about the systematic flows of information throughout the healthcare and the related industries. So it could be open disclosure of patient in identifiable health information to parties that may act against the interest of the specific patients or may otherwise be perceived as invading patients' privacy. That is why the consent from the patient and the related party is very essential in this process. And another concern is that the data across different healthcare systems between and among different providers, payers, and secondary users with or without the patient knowledge. So in our situation specifically, we're talking about transferring data from one clinic to another medical center. Especially with electronic data, there is a possibility that data could be leaked in the middle. So that makes patients' privacy and confidential information vulnerable to this transfer process. So because there's a high threat and vulnerabilities for patients' data, especially for high-profile patients, we want to only transfer the minimum data that is required for continuity of the treatment. So we have 4 basic data requirements that we consider transfer in this process. The first is the basic patient information, name, gender, demographic information, etc. And also patient's medical history is very important for the continuous treatment. And also the current diagnosis and treatment plans that is conducted by our specific healthcare center that may help speed up the treatment in another medical center as well. Also, for the same reason, the test result that has already been done, it's required and can be transferred along with this process as well. So we have 3 proposals for the data transfer in this situation. So the first one, we recommend that we could use a cloud-based storage and collaboration platform to have a more convenient and scalable solutions to share patients' data. It is essential for the clinic to have a encrypted system that also meet the HIPAA requirements for data security and privacy. And this is required from both parties. so it will have a higher requirements for the technology capacity as well. And the second way is the direct interfacing between the EHR system. It can allow for a seamless exchange of patient data between the providers. This method will minimize the need for manual data entry, which is reduce the risk of human errors or data breaches along with it with transferring data. Some of the most common mistakes that we have found out is through the manual data entry. The more data like manual processes in between, the higher chance of causing the error during the transfer process. And the last proposal that we have is to using a secured VPN encrypted connections that can help the data transfer over public networks. It also allows different providers to transmit patient information securely. So VPNs can definitely help with the transfer of the sensitive information, especially when the data actually going through the public networks. There's a lot of things that could happen, like hacking or the data leaking. The secure access will help to ensure that have like lower the chances of that happening. And lastly, we have prepared a incident response plan. This one was supposed to be a step-by-step if any serious data leak happened during the middle. So first, before this incident even the possibility of the incident of happening, we should have a designated team and personnel for incident response from both the clinic side and the patient or patient representative side. So from this sense, we will have our main stakeholders from the clinical side, our doctors, our nurses, and also maybe the IT department can have some persona involved as well, and also the patient himself, or the patient representative, in this case, probably their legal team or the media team to be prepared if there's incidents could be happen. And the second is to implement a robust monitoring system and intrusion detection tools to promptly detect unauthorized access or suspicious activities. So this could be include like limited access of the client of the patient's data, and also what are the specific people has been going through or handling those data. It could be required for employees like nurses or doctors with like very high requirements of training for high profile patients care experience, so they may understand better of how to securely taking care of this data. And the next step will be conduct if the data if the data leak incident happened, in this case highly maybe like a leak to the press or or to the public, we need to act quickly and then conduct a thorough investigation to determine the cause and extent of the data leak for the patient information. And then we should implement a immediate remediation measure to address the vulnerabilities or security gaps. So basically, identify where are the holes in our prepared system, and then try to identify those as quickly as possible. And lastly, we should conduct a comprehensive post-incident analysis to evaluate the effectiveness of the response efforts and communicate with patient and patient representative regarding the post-incident matters, or probably there's like legal team from both sides involved if the incident be sure to be happened in this sense. So this is the last page is the references that's for this presentation, and that's the end of presentation. Thank you.